From cyclone alerts to court cases, here's the daily wrap-up of news that dominated the day from the south. I'm Pratibha Raman and you're watching Southern Circuit, sponsored by Sure Fire Extinguishers of Sakaya Technologies Limited. And we start with the headlines. Nalapad bail rejected by the Karnataka High Court. It's now 23 days since Bengaluru's Shantinagar MLA N.A. Harris's son, Mohammad Nalapad, was sent to the Bengaluru prison based on the alleged attack against Vidvat in Bengaluru's UB city. Heavy rainfall is likely at a few places in Lakshadweep and Kerala in the next 24 hours under the influence of a depression over Southeast Arabian Sea, the Met officials said. Winds with speeds of 45 to 55 km per hour are likely to sweep across Kerala, Lakshadweep and Komarin area and along South Tamil Nadu during the next 24 hours. In a major relief to former Union Minister Dayanidhi Maran and his elder brother Kalanidhi Maran, a special court for CBI cases in Chennai today discharged them from the decade-old illegal telephone exchange case. Special Judge Natarajan said he was discharging all the 7 accused from the case since there was no prima facie evidence to prove the charges against them. Hyderabad police arrested a 31-year-old man for allegedly raping and blackmailing a 25-year-old woman for spurning his love during their childhood. The accused has told the police that he was depressed after she rejected his love in class 10. Recently, he came to know about the address of the woman and to teach her a lesson, he is said to have taken this step. The question is if the Lingayats want a separate religion or minority status. Accordingly, the minority status will exempt community-run educational institutes from the clutches of RTE. Looking at the statistics, Muslims form 12.9% of the population in Karnataka, followed by 1.9% Christians, 0.7% Jains, 0.2% Buddhists and 0.1% Sikhs, which are declared as minority communities in Karnataka. Lingayats form 20% of the population. So do they want to reduce their number by separating from those supporting the Veerashaiva beliefs? Is this a philosophical fight or fight for privileges? Here's our newsable pick of the day for Southern Circuit, sponsored by Sure Fire Extinguishers of Sakaya Technologies Limited.
Do Lingayats want a separate religion or a minority status? Some of the facts are an indication that Lingayats are more interested in getting the minority status than being bothered about not following in the footsteps of Basavanna. Do you remember when the cry for Lingayat religion became evident? Have a look at the timing of the demand growing. It was by the end of the last year, at a time when the division bench of the Karnataka High Court, comprising Chief Justice S.K. Mukherjee and Justice P.S. Dinesh Kumar, had directed the state government to cease all directions obligating minority schools to reserve 25% seats under Section 12(1)(c) and an additional 10% seats owing to delay in admissions. Facts state that Lingayat Veerashaiva Mutts run at least 300 educational institutes from LKG to medical colleges in Karnataka. The popular KLE Educational Institute, run by Lingayats itself, owns more than 250 educational institutes in the state. This is just an example. Thus, minority status will make sure that these institutions are exempted from RTE reservations to poor students. This is surely not a new strategy. With a similar aim, the Arya Samaj had made a demand to be declared as a separate religion way back in 1974. The Brahmo Samaj followed suit in 1986 and Ramakrishna Mission in 1984. In recent years, Vedic Brahmin community and Kodava community too put forth similar demands of minority religion. However, so far none of them have been successful in getting the minority tag. Under Section 2C of National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, 5 religious communities, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists and Parsis, are declared as a minority communities through a government notification of October 1993. Thus, Muslims form 12.9% of the population in Karnataka, followed by 1.9% Christians, 0.7% Jains, 0.2% Buddhists and 0.1% Sikhs. Coming back to the Lingayats, including the Veerashaivas, form 20% of the population and are known as the third largest community in Karnataka. How far is it right to give the minority tag to Lingayats? However, unless it is clear that Lingayats want to be declared as a separate religion because of the philosophical aspects, the intention remains questionable. So, do Lingayats want a separate religion or the minority status?
Vijayalakshmi, along with 26 others, were part of the trekking team that was victimized by the Theni forest fire in Tamil Nadu. She is the first survivor of the tragedy. A feeling of relief for having survived, but a horrid residue of the incident lingers along. Watch Vijayalakshmi's statement after her near-death experience in this viral video.
Saturday morning, Korangani base la irundhu Kollugumalai ponum. So போகும்போது ஸ்மூத்தா தான் இருந்துச்சு, எந்த இதுமே இல்லை. ஈவினிங் நாங்கள் கேம்பிங் சைட் போயிட்டோம். அண்ட் மறுநாள் மார்னிங் கிளம்பும்போது கூட எங்களுக்கு எதுவுமே தெரியல. லன்ச் 2 o'clock நாங்கள் லன்ச் பிரேக் எடுத்தோம், 2:30 கிட்ட. ஸோ அப்போயுமே அப்போ தான் லைட்டாக நாங்கள் ஸ்மோக் பார்த்தோம். ஸோ அதுவுமே லைக் வேறு ட்ரெயினில் போயிடும்னு நினச்சோம். ஆனால் ஒரு 10 minutes கேப்பில் அது மேலே வருது எங்களுக்கு ரியலைஸ் பண்ணோன்னே எங்களோட கைட் வந்து மூவ் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாரு. ஸோ நாங்கள் அப்படியே எல்லோரும் மூவ் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். வேறு ஒரு ட்ரெயின் மூலமாக போயிடலான்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ட்ரெயினில் இல்லாத ஒரு இதில் இறங்கி ரிட்ஜஸில் இறங்கி ரோல் பண்ணி போக ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். கொஞ்சம் தூரம் போனதுக்கப்புறம் தான் எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சது அங்கேருந்தும் ஃபயர் வருது. அகெயின் நாங்கள் ஸ்டார்டட் மூவிங் டுவர்ட்ஸ் அப். ஆனால் எங்களால் மேலே ஓட முடியல. கொஞ்ச நேரத்துலேயே ஒரு 2 minutesக்குள்ளேயே ரொம்ப ஸ்ப்ரெட் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிச்சு. ஸோ ஒரு குட்டி வேலி மாதிரி இருந்தது. நாங்கள் கொஞ்சம் பேர், நானும் நிவேதான் ஒரு பொண்ணு ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டு ஜம்ப் பண்ணிட்டோம். ஸோ எங்களுக்கு மேலே நிறைய பேர் எங்கள் மேலே விழுந்துட்டாங்க. ஸோ எங்களுக்கு மேலே இருந்தவங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் இன்ஜுரிஸ் அதிகமாகிடுச்சு. நாங்கள் 2 பேரும் பாட்டமில் இருந்ததுனால எங்களுக்கு எதுவுமே இல்லை. அண்ட் கொஞ்ச நேரத்துலேயே அப்படியே மேலே அணைஞ்சிடுச்சு. அண்ட் எங்கள்கிட்ட இருக்க பாட்டில் வச்சு எங்களை சுற்றி இருக்க ஃபயர் அணைக்கிறதுக்கு பார்த்தோம். ஆனால் எங்களால் கொஞ்சம் தான் முடிஞ்சது. அண்ட் கொஞ்ச நேரத்தில் எங்களால் வெளியே வரும்போது most of them are half burnt.
The farmers' protest in Maharashtra, which was a success, came as a massive boost for CPM leadership in the country, and a much needed one after the setback they received in the recent Tripura elections, having been cornered to Kerala alone. Here is what Asianet Newsable thinks about this incident.
Nearly 50,000 farmers and tribals from across Maharashtra embarked on a long march from Nashik to Mumbai this week, having walked around 180 kilometers in 6 days, braving scorching heat. The farmers, including both men and women from tribal-dominated taluks in Nashik, Thane and Palghar, among other regions, are demanding a loan waiver free of any conditions and the implementation of the recommendations of the Swaminathan Commission with respect to minimum support prices. The protesters turned the arterial roads of Mumbai into a sea of red. The streets of India's financial capital were filled with people and a sea of red flags and red caps with CPM emblems everywhere. Everything was red as far as the eye could see. The protest, which was a success, came as a massive boost for CPM leadership in the country and a much needed one after the setback they received in the recent Tripura elections. But are they taking undue advantage of a very serious issue? The CPM, which has technically been reduced to Kerala now, needed this movement to bounce back and find the national limelight again. The CPM is now piggybacking on the farmers to do this. If they genuinely cared about the farmers, they would distribute water, food and other necessities without having to promote their party while doing it. However, it remains to be seen if they can find political mileage required from this to re-establish itself as a leading force in the country's political setup.
That's a wrap on Southern Circuit, sponsored by Sure Fire Extinguishers of Sakaya Technologies Limited. See you tomorrow as we come back to keep you abreast of news from the South.